Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a therapy session for you guys. I had told you guys that I had a lot to share with you, and I do. And I wanted to do it when I felt comfortable sharing this, and it was set almost 100% because I didn't want to open my mouth and then it goes completely the other way. So I didn't want to say anything too early. So I do have two main things that I want to share with you guys today in this video. As I've always mentioned, these videos are my longest videos, so if you do not have the time or do not like a 30-minute video, just click the X button. I'm good with that. I do these every so often to update you guys on my personal life because I don't share my family on any of my social medias, you guys know, but I do like to share things that are going on in my life. So I will be doing my makeup as I talk to you guys. And I'll try to remember to put everything down in the description box if any of you guys want to know what I am putting on my face while I do it. So anyway, so as I'm filming this video, I just got back from somewhere that, of course, somebody decided to be late on. So I decided to stay behind because the baby needed her nap and it was just too much to run around. Let me get my foundation. It was just too much to run around in, and I just figured let me just stay behind so I can film and not have to stress about when I'm filming. So anyway, so as you guys know, I have not been quiet about it. I told you guys that once the official sign went up that we were selling our house, I told you guys we were in the process of selling our house. And it's been very difficult, to say the least, because trying to sell a home with small children, it's super hard because you gotta coordinate with people, you know, when people want to see your house and nap times, and there's some people that are just rude. Let me tell you, we have had some people come over to see the house and are just have no manners whatsoever at all. And it's been a struggle. It's been super, super difficult. We've had to cancel some appointments or, you know, to see the house because it just hasn't worked out. But with all that struggle, we have officially sold the house. Yay! It's kind of bittersweet because it's been almost a month since we have signed the paperwork to sell this house. We have accepted an offer. It's not what we wanted, but at least it's better than what we were being told by people that can't keep their opinions to themselves, basically. You know, you always have, you know how you have like those trolls on the internet? Well, unfortunately, I have trolls in my real life that just think that they can say anything and their opinion's the only opinion that matters. I have such thick skin when it comes to comments on YouTube because I've lived with it for so long. But anyway, so we have accepted an offer. And if anybody has ever sold or purchased a home, once you accept an offer, everything is on a timeline, everything is on a deadline. So the buyers have so much time to do all the testing that they want to get done to the house. So at least here in Jersey, you have to get a home inspector, you have to get an appraiser for the house, and you have to get what's the third one? The inspector, the appraisal, and at least in our township, the fire department has to come just to make sure that you have the fire hydrants. Yes, you need fire extinguishers in your kitchen in order to sell a house. So that needs to be checked and everything. So as of right now, we thank the Lord because I'm telling you, we couldn't have done this without him. We have passed everything with flying colors. Like they even paid for an additional testing for termites and bugs and stuff, and we passed all that because we have built this house. Like, I mean, when we bought this house, it was terrible. It was livable, but it was a lot of things needed to get done. Things that were so outdated, as old as the house, which is almost 30 years old. So we upgraded a bunch of stuff, everything in this house. You're basically moving into a brand new house. And everybody that has inspected this house has told the buyers that, like, you have a good house. And it kind of hurts in a way, like I'm like, man, I'm leaving a house that we know is good and not broken to who knows what we're going to move into. But And I'm going to miss the pool big time because it's the one thing that the kids love, the one thing that we loved in the summer. But we are going to, whatever we get, we're planning on getting it above ground because in-ground, what we have now is way too expensive. So we would never pay that much for an in-ground unless obviously we're wealthy, but that's not the case. So, as I'm filming this video, Mr. Man has taken off time because we are starting to pack the house. We are at the end of it all. And I have been filming like a mad woman just to try to make sure that there's no lapse in any videos. At least, my goal is to at least get 3 videos a week for you guys, even if I'm in the process of moving. My only concern is my Friday video where it has to be done that same week within a day or two. So I may miss 1 week of it. And of course, I'll let you guys know. But other than that, I will have pre-filmed videos so you guys don't have to worry about, you know, not having me come back. If you're wondering, we are moving in with my parents. They have a big enough home for us to move into. So we'll be moving into there, which is a little bit of a relief because, you know, it's my parents, so we don't have to sit there and figure out a place to move or come up with costs, spending more when you're trying to find a home. We'll be able to save money to be able to have a nice little savings for whatever home we get. So right now we're in the process of getting a storage unit. We just came back from a storage place to see how much it costs because my parents have offered their basement, their stuff to store stuff, but we just would rather have it somewhere and not be in anybody's way and just take our necessities, because every room that we're going to be living in their bed, in their house, has furnishing. So we don't have to bring our beds or our mattresses or our dressers or anything. Everything's already set in their house. So we're very thankful for that. We're very happy that we can do this. The people that are buying our home have been kind enough to let us stay until my daughter is done school. We may or may not stay that long. We may linger the last 3 days and just move on because we just don't want to extend our stay and then be caught at the end, especially with 3 kids. We're going to be moving with 3 kids. So the last time I moved, I only had 1 and she was 18 months old at the time. And it was a lot easier. Now I have 3, plus the whole house, and an attic, and a garage, and 2 sheds, and pool stuff, and patio stuff. So it's a lot more than just moving from a condo where we moved from. So it's going to be interesting to say the least. I'm grateful that my one sister is going to help me out a lot with the kids. My grandmother has offered to help watch the kids while we're in the process of, you know, moving and packing and things. So we have a little bit of help, which is a relief because I didn't want to bother anyone, but I know I'm going to need the help. There's no way I can do this by myself. Absolutely no way. It's just, I don't like to bother people with nonsense. And I know it's not nonsense, but to me, it's some people purposely avoid helping in a way, you know what I mean? They just oh, I don't feel like helping because I know they're moving. Those commercials. Yeah, that's how I feel like I'm going to get as far as a reaction. So I haven't been bothering anybody with it, but they have offered without me having to ask or anything. So we will be moving. It's going to be bittersweet. It hasn't really hit me yet. We're done with all the testing. We only need the township to come in. And then after that, I think this week coming up is when it's going to really hit me hard when I start to pack my things up. Because like I had mentioned to you guys, where is this thing? Because like I had mentioned to you guys in the past, this is the home where I brought my kids home from the hospital, where they all learned how to walk, where they all learned how to swim, and I got to decorate their rooms, you know, and I know that any home you can make it, any house you can make it into your home. But I'll always have some sort of attachment to this one because it's just we learned so much in this house between adding children to the house and fixing stuff. We've redid the whole kitchen. We've redone bathrooms. We have, you know, done things to this house that I did so many gardens that meant stuff to me and my family in here. So of course I got to leave all those plants and things, and that's, I have pride in what we did in this house basically. And I'm sure we're going to cry. I'm not even going to lie to you. I'm probably going to tear up. My oldest has already cried because she doesn't want to leave. Because this is all she's ever known, obviously. She doesn't remember us living in the prior place that we did. But we have, you know, told her that it's going to be better, because that way her sister can have her room, her brother can have his room, and mommy and daddy can finally have their own bedroom. We can have our own bedroom back, you guys. Because that has been the biggest thing, where we're not using our bathroom anymore because the baby sleeps in her room. So just in case you guys are wondering, we have been looking for a house. We have been looking, and it's funny because we found this one home that was perfect. I really wasn't a fan of exactly where it was located, but it was livable, like as far as I could live with it. But it wasn't exactly what I wanted. And you know, God knows what He has in store for you. And it's the funny thing, because I saw this house, and I mean, it was immaculate. Everything about this house was perfect. Nothing had to be done to this house. I mean, like, you were walking into a brand new home in this house. It came on the market, like, say, on a Monday, and we asked our realtor to let us see it. So we went in on Tuesday to see the house. By Wednesday, Mr. Man, unfortunately that day, he worked all day. He didn't get home till like 9 o'clock at night. So we never got to sit down to talk about whether we were interested, looking at it, like, was this really where we're going to go? Because not only did we really like the house, but we had to consider that the little lady was going to go to a different school. We were going to live in a whole different area. So it was a lot to consider about this house. Well, the fourth day, which was Thursday, after 48 hours of us seeing this house, we get a text from our agent saying, sorry guys, somebody put in a bid and they accepted the offer. This house was on the market for 3 days. 3 days, that's how good this house was. And I'm like, everything happens for a reason. There's a reason why we didn't get this house, and I'm okay with it. Well, there has been this one house that I've liked. I have liked this one particular home. And let me get my brushes. So there has been this one particular home where I have fallen in love with it. I felt like this was our home. And we saw this house last year, before we even had put our house on the market. But it was just us seeing it, and we didn't even know if we could afford it at the time, nothing, right? So I'm just looking at it, and then our realtor takes us to it, and I'm like, oh, I remember this house, because I had forgotten about it. So we go inside. This house, you guys, you can't live in it. And every time we've seen this house, it has been pouring. And it has mold, it had termites. Skylights were actually so bad that as we were looking at this house, as it's raining, it's pouring inside the house. It's pouring inside the house. Everything. It's a foreclosed home. We have no clue when these people left this house. We have no clue anything about it. So I saw the potential in this home, and I saw what we could do with it. So I tried to convince Mr. Man. I was like, all right. So I tried to let him see my vision, what I had in store for it, what we would consider doing with this house. He was molding to the idea, right? As he was molding to this idea, somebody puts a bid in there. So we lose the house. I'm like, all right, well, we were just in the beginning stages of us selling our house. So I'm like, all right, well, I guess it wasn't meant to be. It's okay. It hurt me because I really like this house. Then we find out that they didn't accept the offer. The house is back on sale. I'm like, oh, well, here's our chance. Chance number 2. So we're like, okay, well, we can't do anything until we sell this house, so we just have to be patient. So, you know, that's my motto. I'm always patient. Everyone knows that I have so much patience. It's ridiculous. So here comes another month, and the house gets another offer. And this time they accept the offer. The house is completely off the market. So our agent calls us and tells us that the house is off the market. Unfortunately, they accepted the offer, so the people are going to buy this house. Okay, so she's like, you guys have to think of plan B now, but you still can't do anything because you haven't sold your house. Okay. A whole month goes by. I forget about this house. I don't think about it anymore because it's off the market. So we start looking at other homes that are potential, and we even start considering our wants in a home setting, like location. We were like, all right, well, maybe we'll give in because we can't find something that we want in our price budget, right? So we are considering, giving into certain things, not everything. So third month, or this is now the second month. The whole month went by. We sell our house. We get a bid. We sell our house. Then we find out that the people who were going to buy the original home that I wanted backed out on it because we already knew that the house needed major work, and we were already prepared financially, and we are able to do it financially. So we already were prepped for this. Well, these people were not, apparently. So they backed out because they realized that certain things in the house was just going to cost too much for them, and it wasn't in their budget. So they backed out on the house. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is meant to be. God knows that this was the house for us. Of course, there goes my brush. Let me grab another one. I'm like, this is supposed to be our house then. If it's there, if it's available, we take a little bit longer to consider this. So we're like, all right, let's think about it. Do we really want to invest in a house that's going to take us months to fix? We may have unexpected fixes in this house. Are we willing to do this? Well, I'm a risk taker. So I'm like, yes, let's do this. I think it's going to be worth it in the end. Mr. Man is not so much of a risk taker. He is very, very cautious in a lot of stuff, which sometimes can drive me crazy because it's like it could be hot dogs or hamburgers. And it's like, and I'm like, it drives me insane. So I was like, look, I'm not going to force you. If you don't want to, you don't want to. It's not my, we both have to decide because this is our home together. So if he doesn't like it, then we're not getting this house. Fine. Well, we take a contractor to go see this house, and he tells us that basically the backbone of the house is good. He doesn't see any major issues. It's just a lot of cosmetic work that this house needs. We may encounter some things here and there, but he doesn't see it major. Okay, so we get good. Then my husband needs to get a second opinion. So he goes, gets another second opinion. He gets the same exact answers from the second opinion. So he comes home and he's like, all right, we're going to do it. Let's put the bid in. I know it's going to be a headache. Everyone keeps telling us that nobody has sugarcoated this for us. They're all going to tell us it's going to be a headache. It's going to be a pain. It's not going to be easy. Fixing a house is never easy. You're going to run into things, whether it's a permit issue, whether it's somebody not showing up for the day to fix something. It's always going to be something. But the good thing is who we're having that looked at these houses, they're going to be the boss, and they're going to be the ones in charge of getting people like the plumber, the drywall, the painter, whatever it is. He's the one in charge of getting everyone to do the work, and he just calls us to pick colors or if there's an emergency where we got to move our budget. So we put in this offer for this house, and we're praying for it, and I'm like, if this is what is supposed to be ours, for one reason or another it didn't work out for the last two people, this is ours. So we're happy to announce that we did get the house, where we have accepted the offer. The bank has accepted the offer. The only downside is, when you work with banks, because it is a foreclosed home, they want everything done like yesterday. So I have been running around like a crazy person trying to get certain things done for them because, you only got 48 hours, 3 business days, this and this and that. And it's just like, I have been running around in the rain with 2 small kids trying to get help. My sister she had a dentist appointment that turned into, you need a tooth extraction like now. She got her tooth pulled, came to my house to watch my kids so I can do this. Like, she has been such a trooper and such help for us. It's like I have been indebted to her for helping us out tremendously for this. So she has been helping us out to try to get everything done. This morning, before I filmed this video, we were supposed to meet up with somebody who's supposed to start the testing. Even though I'm filming this during the Memorial Day weekend, the bank can care less if Memorial Day weekend nobody's working. It's included in the certain amount of days they give you to get everything done. So we're like panicking. thank God that, you know, everyone that is helping us out has fallen into place somehow or another. So we have gotten everybody set to come no later than Wednesday to do every testing that they are requiring us to do for this house. So we have been very blessed in that sense. We are well aware that a lot of testings are going to come back that need fixing, but that's where we come in, where we are meeting with the contractor this weekend, and he's going to give us, he's going to ask us what exactly we want. And basically what we're wanting to do to this house, whether it's going to happen or not, I don't know, you know how banks are. We're going to basically gut the whole house and make it our own. New kitchen, new bathrooms, new floor, new carpets. Anything that needs to get done right away, as far as roofing, skylights, windows, doors. I know I had termite issues. All those are priority, and then we'll move on with the rest of the house. So basically in the end, we're going to get a house that is what we want as far as the layout, and everything's going to be brand new, where we will walk in and know that we're moving into a house that has everything new in it that we could possibly get. So, and it's, you guys, this is coming out so much cheaper than buying a house for our budget already done, where we're not going to get the land that we want, we're not going to get the layout that we want, and we're not going to get the size of the house that we want. This is everything that we have asked for, and it's coming to be so much cheaper than if we didn't go this route. I am just so surprised and in shock at how things just lay out and how things work out, and especially when, you know, you don't even like, I didn't force anything. I remember praying and telling God that if this was not our house, get it out of my mind. Don't let me get attached. Let me have peace. And if we're stuck in this house for another year, I love my home. I'm happy that I have my home. I'm happy that we're content with this home, that I'm okay with being in this house. Like, I was at a point where I was at peace with whatever was going to happen, and I wasn't going to stress about it. And I'm like, it is what it is. I give all my worries and my concerns to God. He knows what to do with them. And that's exactly what happened, you guys. Exactly what happened. I could not have planned it any better. I feel like if we would have rushed it in the first time, we would have lost this house completely. And patience really did play a role in this, a big amount. Just to show that, you know, we waited months for this, but it has all worked out. The people that are buying our home are such sweet people. Like, I was so scared we were going to get people that are going to be demanding and wanting things and wanting us to change all these cosmetic things, because there's nothing really to do to this house that needs to get done. It's more of like, do you really want a new front door? Do you really want me to refinish the wood floors? You know what I mean? Like, that kind of stuff is what in reality this house could possibly need. Do you really want a new fence in the back, even though that's not our fence per se? So we have the nicest people buying this home. They have 2 children, so it's a perfect size for them, a boy and a girl. So it's kind of like the same thing where we have boy and a girl, but we just added the 3rd, and that's why we're leaving. They're super happy that they have a pool. We're the only house in the neighborhood that has a pool. So for them, it's like a bonus because they don't have one now. We're going to miss that pool. I'm not going to lie to you. We're going to miss that pool, but we're getting the house of our dreams, and I just couldn't have planned it any better. So we are going to be moving in with my parents while this house is being renovated, because there's no way we can move into this house. Absolutely not. Like, it's not even livable. Like, they would condemn this house if we said, all right, we want to move into it like right away. There's no way. They would condemn it. So that is our goal. That is our plan. As far as my channel goes, and this is the other thing I wanted to mention to you guys. While I am living with my parents, obviously, that is not going to be an issue. I'm going to make sure that while we are moving all of our stuff over to my parents' house, that I'm not, let me grab this thing because I forgot to put powder down here. While I'm living with my parents, I should have enough videos to last me at least 2 to 3 weeks, where you guys won't even realize that I'm currently moving unless you follow me on Insta stories, which I would suggest you do, because if you want to see what we're doing, what of a mess I'm going through. And maybe you guys would help me out. Some of you guys have always encouraged me and helped me out with a lot through there. So that's what we'll be doing. I will make sure that that is all taken care of so you guys don't even feel that I am missing. Like again, I said, there may be, you know, some of the Friday video, the top skips and picks, I might miss one or two because I would have no choice but to do that. But I'm going to do my best to not do that. The last things that I'm packing out of this house is this equipment and any makeup that I do want to use as far as on my videos, reviews, tutorials, that kind of stuff, or like you know, my panning stuff. In my parents' house, I will be filming in their basement. So this background, what you're seeing here is what you're going to see in my parents. You won't even realize that I moved unless I say I moved. And that's the main reason why I invested in equipment in the beginning of this year. Remember I told you guys that I was investing in a microphone. I was trying to invest in certain equipment just to make my videos a little bit better because I knew that wherever I'm going to film, you won't hear an echo because of the external mic. You won't even realize that I moved because of my background. When I am in my new home, obviously this background, this white background, is probably going to go. And you're probably going to see the actual room, my actual filming room. Yes, I will have my own actual filming room in this house. That has already been seen. I am so excited. I will have my own space. I will have all my makeup all in one place where I can film whenever. And my goal then is to be able to do the videos that I've been wanting to do for so long, but I just because of where I film, I haven't been able to. Which is one of them being like, I've always wanted to do 2 looks, 1 palette, 3 looks, 1 palette. I've done it with Drea so many times, and those videos have been so successful on my channel and her channel that I wanted to do that with a lot of the palettes that I do have. It's just right now, unfortunately, I don't have the time because I only film like 2 days a week, if that, to keep up with what I am with now. So I am so happy that I could finally get there. Mr. Man's actually very happy that I will have my own filming room as well because he's tired of seeing all my junk everywhere. And my daughter, because I literally film in her room, so she's tired of seeing everything everywhere. I'm just going to go ahead and do my wing liner and my lashes, and then I'm going to come back and continue to talk to you guys. Okay, so I did the lashes, the wings, and I tight line with black, and then in the waterline I did green because we're going to do green on the lower lash line, just so you guys know where I stand. I know. In the meantime, too, the baby woke up, so I have her playing next door. So if you hear her, it's because I'm trying to pay attention to her, too. I have her corralled, so trust me, she's not in danger at all. But I just wanted to finish this video because I've been wanting to tell you guys all this stuff for so long. And then, of course, the baby wakes up from her nap, and I have nobody here to help me. It's always how life works, right? So let's see, where was I? I don't even remember where I was. Where's my brush? Just going to use this one. Okay. So as I was saying, if I remember what I was saying, where was I? So I want to tell you guys about the move, that my channel, you're still going to see stuff. We're just adjusting to the new place. I hope that I have a spot in their basement that I can plug things in. That's my main concern, is to plug in all these lights and stuff, because since it is a basement, it will be dark. So that's why I invested in the lighting that I did. I have extra lighting behind me to kind of brighten it up, since I won't have any natural light at all, ever. But at least I can film whenever now, because I don't have to worry about filming before my daughter goes to bed, filming while she's in school, filming, you know, all that stuff that comes into play with having to share a filming area with your children, basically. So I'm going to be excited about it. Obviously, the move from my parents to the new house will be a little bit more involved, because we have stuff in storage, we have stuff in my parents' house, and it's going to take a lot longer because I'm going to have to unpack a whole entire house. This time we're doing it step by step, and then I'm going to be unpacking a whole house. So when that time comes, I'll let you guys know, obviously. So I will hopefully pre-film a bunch more, so I don't have to stress myself out. I'm trying not to stress myself out about it. And I know a lot of you guys are going to tell me, you know, it's okay, it's just videos and stuff. But I know I committed myself to this channel, and I want to make sure, of course, I want to make sure that I have the content that I promised you guys that I will have. Now, you guys, a lot of you have loved the new content on my channel, the indie brands, the more affordable brands, because a lot of these brands are very affordable, and so far the ones that I have tried, that I have featured on my channel and I have tried have been really, really good. I just yesterday purchased my very first overseas one, which may or may not have been a good thing, because it's saying 15 to 20 days and I might not be here in 15 to 20 days. So I'm hoping, I might have to tell the new owners to let me know when it comes in. If it comes in after we have left, I have to forward all our mail over to my P.O. box that I have here on YouTube. So I'm kind of happy I had that P.O. box already set, because yeah, I'm going to need it. So I basically spoke for 20 minutes. I realizing I didn't hit the record button. So I did highlighter and lips. I was basically telling you guys that I'm just happy with the content on my channel. My views and my count, my subscriber count have drastically downsized. Like, people have been dropping like flies. Whether it's a YouTube thing, whether it's them actually not liking my content is a whole different thing. I don't know. But I just want to let you guys know that I'm happy with my content. Most of you guys have really enjoyed my content and have stated that you love the fact that I am doing more indie brands and more affordable brands. I'm not saying I'm not going to buy from Sephora and Ulta. That's not what I said from the beginning. That's not my intentions at all. I just want to... I've always wanted to do indie brands, and I've always been fearful of it, and I don't understand why, because I'm an idiot. And now that I'm finally doing it, I am super happy with it. I couldn't be happier with it. I've been loving it, and that's all that matters at the end of the day, because I realize that this is not going to be my everyday job. It will probably never be my career. I will probably never reach 10,000 subscribers, and I'm okay with that. I have a degree. I've worked in it for 10 years. I will probably go back to it when I am done raising my children. So it is what it is. I'm okay. That's the end of that. And then you hear the little one in the background. Alright guys, so that was the therapy session for the day. This look, I literally winged it. I'm not even joking with you. I had no idea if it would even match my shirt. But I know one of you had commented that you wanted to see those NYX loose glitters that I hauled about a month ago. So I did put that on today, and I love how it came out. So that is the look for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you for being so understanding with this whole big change, but it's for the better, obviously, for my family as a personal thing and as my channel, because now once I am officially in my parents' basement as well as my new home, I can film so much more for you guys, and I can finally do a lot more that I've been wanting to do with my channel that I have not been able to do. So any suggestions, any comments that of any requests that you guys want to see, any series that you see other people do that you want me to do, please let me know in the comment section. You guys know that I'm always involving you guys in every decision that I make in this channel, because it is our family, so I do want you guys to like it as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch you guys in my next video, and don't forget that a smile is the best makeup a girl can wear. Bye guys.